Hello and welcome to Lisa Ann Can. I'm Lisa Ann. Today I'm participating in a collaboration that's hosted by my virtual friend, as she likes to call me, Bridget Ann, over at Happily Homeschooling in Iowa. So I hope that you'll check out her playlist. This playlist is going to be about favorite Thanksgiving recipes. So since this video is posting on November 1st, and that's a good ways off from Thanksgiving, I decided what I wanted to do for this video is just share with you today what my menu plan is for Thanksgiving and some of the unique and traditional things that I plan to serve. So later on in the month of November, I'll actually be making some videos on some of these projects. So stay tuned or come back to my channel and check those out. So for starters, of course, for Thanksgiving, the main course is a turkey. My modus operandi when it comes to turkeys is to buy the biggest one that there is in the grocery store. My husband was a little concerned that the turkeys might be in short supply this year, so he told me to go ahead and buy one. So I have my turkey in the freezer already. I didn't look and see how many pounds. It's probably about 20 pounds. It's a big one. And I have this favorite pan that I use. I started to bring it out and show you. It was my mother's pan, but our family's gotten so big and our turkeys have gotten so big that it just won't fit in the pan anymore. So this year my husband's going to buy me a big Dutch, granite ware Dutch oven to bake my turkey in. So I'm looking forward to that. One of the things that I do is I stuff and roast my turkey. I didn't grow up doing this. Stuffing was like a Yankee thing, a northern thing, and Southerners do cornbread dressing on the side. Well, I decided I wanted to try using my cornbread dressing as a stuffing for my turkey and, stuff it in there and bake it. I did that for the first time about 21 years ago, and I haven't stopped doing it since. That's how good it is. So, but the unique thing about the cornbread is that I make it from my corn from my garden. So I brought in a couple of ears that's been drying out in the garage. So I have a big job ahead of me, and that is going to be to remove the husk, brush the kernels, break all the kernels off of the cob, and winnow them to get all the debris out. Then I will grind them with my grinder, and I do plan on doing a video to show you how that's done. And then with the meal from my corn, I soak it in a lime preparation in order to get the proper nutrients out of it. And I want to show you, I have a cookbook here that I've promoted before. It's called Nourishing Traditions, and I highly recommend it. It's like a PhD in nutrition, and then it's full of recipes, traditional things that people have been eating for thousands of years. So check this one out. So my stuffed turkey and my dressing, that's the main course that everybody looks forward to. I want to share another cookbook with you. Better Homes and Garden. This is the new cookbook. Well, it was new 31 years ago when my mother-in-law gave it to me when I got married, and I have used it. It's dirty, sticky. Some of the pages have been torn out, but in here is my recipes for how I roast my turkey, how I prep it, how I stuff it. Follow the directions in here for carving. There's been lots of good, useful information in this cookbook. I don't know today. I'm assuming Better Homes still puts out a new cookbook probably every year, but this one from like the late 80s or early 90s has a lot of good recipes in it. Another recipe that's in here that I use is to make homemade cranberry sauce. Now I do buy canned because there's weirdos who only like the jellied can type, but we love the homemade. And it's real easy to make, and in fact I made it last year and made a video, so I'll link that video below for the cranberry sauce. Then of course I use all the drippings from the turkey to make my gravy on Thanksgiving Day, and that recipe is also in the Better Homes cookbook. So what other sides? Our sides vary from season to season, just depending on what kind of mood I'm in, I suppose, but it's more about the dish than it is what's in it. This is a surviving piece of my mother's china that she bought before I was born. It's the only piece left. And every Thanksgiving and Christmas at my house, she always served sweet peas. So sweet peas is not so much thought of maybe as a traditional dish to serve, but I guess it depends on where you're from. And I'm sure she did it because it was one of my dad's favorites. So this year this will be full of sweet peas. I have another dish here, just a plain little dish that was hers. It used to have a basket that it sat in, but it finally disintegrated. But when I make my stuffing and stuff my turkey, all the excess goes in here and gets baked for serving for leftovers the next day. And I just love it because it was my mom's and it's good Thanksgiving memories. So for a couple of other side dishes this year, because I had a really good pea and bean year in my garden, I'm sure that I will have a side dish of butter beans and cowpeas from the freezer. And Sister Schubert's rolls, one of the kids' favorites, and why not, right? We don't make homemade rolls. One thing is because I've got so much going on in my oven on Thanksgiving Day, so we just go to Sister Schubert's. They're delicious and they're ready in 5 minutes. My garden was kind of pitiful this year when it came to squash, but I was able to raise one heirloom squash. Same thing as pumpkin, so I'm saving this one to make pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving week. So I do plan to do a video, if I have enough time, on making my pumpkin pie, so I hope you'll join me for that. A favorite side dish and a must, it's a request of my oldest son, is sweet potato crunch. We make it every year. I am growing some sweet potatoes, but I don't know how they're going to do, but I love it when I can make it from the sweet potatoes from my garden. But let me introduce you to this cookbook. It's called Belle's Best. There's many editions of this, but this was promoted by the Southern Belle Company, you know, Ma Belle in the South. So it's full of great Southern recipes, and on page 417, which I have memorized, and my book almost always opens right to that page, there's the recipe for sweet potato crunch. It's delicious. All right, I also will make a pecan pie just because I love pecan pie. I've had pecan pie every Thanksgiving that I can remember, and it's a favorite of mine personally. So what else? Drinks. Yep. So my daughter Rain and my husband, they love to make homemade ginger beer. So just yesterday my daughter got the bug ready. It's a couple of roots of ginger grated with a little bit of sugar and water. This will sit and ferment for quite a while in this jar. When it gets bubbly, we'll put it into a big 5-gallon container, more sugar, a little lemon, and let it ferment. And then by Thanksgiving, it'll be nice and bubbly and ready to drink. It's a non-alcoholic beverage. And we love to buy the Welch's sparkling juice and serve it in beautiful glasses. We shop for pretty glasses at Goodwill. You know, when we go in there, we're always looking. We found these, they were hand painted. They're so pretty. And we have a collection of other colored wine glasses that the children enjoy drinking out of on Thanksgiving. So that is really about it. One of the things about Thanksgiving is it is a time of Thanksgiving. My pumpkin reminds me of it because my garden did so poorly this year because I was gone so much caring for my father. But I am truly thankful that I did get one pumpkin, and truly thankful that I was able to be with my father when he passed and spend so much time with him. Thanksgiving for me is really about the memories, and I have all these wonderful childhood memories, some of which I'm passing on to my children, but we're making new memories every year too. So hopefully, in years to come, they'll be able to do the same. Thank you for watching. Remember to check out Bridget's playlist in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. Check out my other videos. You might be interested in the garden videos. So anyway, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you next time.